Hey G fans, Go G Fan 93 here, and well, we have made it to 5,000 subscribers. Guys, I can't tell you how much this means to me. Thank you guys so much. I mean, it's nuts. I would have never even thought that I would be here, reach that many subscribers, even before a year. The year, or my channel isn't even at a year mark yet, and already at 5,000 subscribers. Guys, I can't tell you how much I'm so grateful. I'm so honored that you guys have done this for me. It's amazing. So in honor of this, I'm gonna do my third Q&A video. I got your questions right here. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the first question is from the TMNT Nerd. He asks, what would you like to see in the Godzilla 2014 sequel if they made one? Well, what I would like to see is basically what Gareth Edwards wants to see, is like a Destroy All Monsters-esque kind of movie where he just kind of brings in all the classic monsters, or maybe just have it a classic battle. Or actually, I just thought of this. Universal Studios and Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers, Godzilla vs. King Kong 2, the legendary Godzilla, 2014 Godzilla fighting the Peter Jackson King Kong, because that movie was great too. Actually, yeah, right there, that idea, that is what I want to see as a sequel. Alright, the next question is from Thomas Long. He asks, what is the most expensive Godzilla item you own? Well, the most expensive Godzilla item I own is probably... yes. It's probably Godzilla 2000 X Plus. I did spend a pretty penny on getting this guy, because I missed the pre-orders with him, but I saw him on eBay and I just had to get him. I believe he was around $260, $270, so, yeah. I don't regret buying him, but, it was a pretty penny, so. Alright, the next question is from Andy, Tilsty. Sorry if I messed that name up. He asks, what figures do you hope to purchase at G-Fest? Well, the figures I hope to purchase at G-Fest would be probably an X Plus figure. I want to get at least one X Plus figure that I don't have. Preferably maybe Space Godzilla, or maybe Gigan Final Wars, or Godzilla Final Wars. And if maybe like if it was a 25 centimeter figure, King Caesar, Godzilla 70, like the 70s Godzilla maybe. And I would also like to get a Bandai Japan figure, maybe one from the Memorial box. Let's see, maybe a comic book, maybe like some rare comic book or something like that. And maybe if they have the Toho Blu-ray movies, maybe I'd pick up Godzilla 1984. That'd be pretty cool. So there's just a lot of stuff and that I would want to get at G-Fest, but I definitely want to make sure I get at least one X Plus figure because I'm so addicted to these. Oh, and maybe an SH Monster Art figure. So, yeah. Alright, next question is from Josh Loper. He asks, if you had Mothra as a pet, what would you do? If I had Mothra as a pet, that would be freaking amazing, okay? I'd probably play with that thing all day, I'd probably, like, if it was the size of maybe the Fairy Mothra from the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy, I mean, I would just be having so much fun chasing that thing all the time. That'd be pretty fun. I mean, I don't really know what else I would do, but definitely it would be pretty cool. Alright, next question is from Nathan Clement. He asks, how many times do you watch any Godzilla movie a week? Well, actually, truthfully, I haven't seen a Godzilla movie since for a while. I mean, I know, shocker. I mean, if you guys, my reviews that I did of the films, they were terrible because I didn't really watch the film. One, because I don't really have, I guess I'm not going to say that I don't have the time to sit down and watch them. I guess I just haven't really had the mood or the mindset to just sit down and watch them. The last time I watched all the films was probably like a year ago. That's when I did like a marathon. But ever since then, I've been watching more of like, you know, the Mothra, Rebirth of Mothra trilogy, the Ultraman stuff. Pacific Rim, obviously, you know, so I haven't really, you know, had time to sit down, but I'm going to be doing that again so I can do my revised review. So then I'll be watching the movies again. Alright, the next question is from Anthony Michael. He asked, why vinyls? Why not Monster Arts or the old Treadmaster toys? Well, I do have some Treadmaster toys from my childhood. They're right here. I also have some big guys over there. You guys, if you watch my collection videos, you know that I do have some Treadmaster toys. The reason why I'm not collecting Treadmaster right now is because it's not. I'm older, and I kind of realize that Treadmaster it's very odd. The toys are kind of hard to find. I mean, yeah, you can go on eBay and you can get them, but like the really good ones, I mean, you know, I don't know. Right now, when I'm collecting, I just don't see a purpose in collecting anymore right now as it is. I mean, I do wish to collect every single figure that was released from Treadmasters, but not right now. As for SH Monster Art, you know, I have a couple reasons why I haven't really gotten them yet, why I've been spending more money on X Plus figures rather than the SH Monster Arts, is because one, they just seem to be too expensive for what they are. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some websites where they are actually pretty cheap, and I probably should, you know, get on that. The first figure I want to get is the cheapest one, so that'd be like Rodan, Godzilla Jr., and Baby Godzilla from Space Godzilla. But, you know, I mean, soon I will start to, you know, collect the SH Monster Art figures. I've just been having this X Plus craze. Thanks, Rich. It's all Richard Isso's fault, okay? He got me addicted to X Plus, but I also thank him for that. But it's probably because I just now know what high quality is, and I'm not going to say that SH Monster Art's it's not high quality. I just like X Plus more now. But don't worry, I will soon get Monster Art figures. All right, next question is from Jordan Chambers. He asks, what do you think are the 5 most unlikely monsters to appear in Godzilla 2014? Well, I'm actually just going to sum that up into one thing, is all of them. No Toho monsters are going to appear in this movie as we know. I mean, I don't think any monster is going to show up. Maybe spiritual successors, like, you know, one of the Muto monsters is like a spider-like one, I think, and who knows, that might be a spiritual successor to Kumonga. Maybe another one that I remember that there's another Muto that can fly, so maybe like Gamakarus might be a spiritual successor if he's going to look kind of like, you know, or Praying Mantis or whatever. But yeah, we're not going to see any classic monsters. They're going to be new monsters. So that's pretty much my answer to that. Next question is from Dean Richardson. He asks, have you seen the X Plus Dogora? No, I haven't. I actually don't know what that kaiju is, so I should probably research that. Alright, next question is from Mecha Kiryu. If you could be any Godzilla kaiju, who would you be and why? Well, I would definitely want to be Godzilla 1984. Because of reasons, because my favorite Godzilla, and because he's just awesome. But I would want to be Gigan, because I just think it'd be awesome to have a buzzsaw belly and to have like hooks and just go apeshit on a city. I think that'd be awesome. And besides, I just love Gigan. He's one of my favorite characters in the series, and also maybe Space Godzilla, because he's my favorite Godzilla villain. So yeah. All right, next question is from Rickard. Or Rich, that's probably Richard Sandkovich. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. He asks, what movie have you seen the most times? That's a good one, actually. I haven't really thought about the movies that I've seen the most. It would probably have to be a mix between Godzilla vs. Megalon, because when I was a kid, I saw that movie all the time. I still get a kick out of it nowadays. And probably Godzilla Final Wars. Also maybe GMK. Those are probably the movies that I've seen the most. Alright, next is from Anthony Day. He asks, if you were Godzilla, what country would you invade? That's an interesting one. Never thought about that. Well, on my world tour destruction, I'd hit Japan. Then I would probably hit go to America. Maybe go into Europe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a very interesting question. I like that question, but I don't know. I'd probably just go everywhere. I'd probably go all Rampage World Tour and just go everywhere and destroy the whole world. Yeah. Alright, next question is from John Frango. He asked, would you like to see Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster remake where Ibera looks like he did in Final Wars and Godzilla looked like in Godzilla 2000? Yeah, you know, Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster is one of my least favorite films. I think the film was completely boring. Even Godzilla fighting in the Sea Monster didn't look good. But Ibara did kind of, you know, was cooler in Final Wars. His design was a little bit more awesome. And so, I mean, yeah, I mean, if they just made it a better story, kind of gave it a better setup, and maybe if Godzilla and Ibara had more screen time, definitely if Godzilla had the 2000 suit fighting the Final War suit, I think, or the Ibara Final War suit, that would look pretty cool. Next is from John Crowell. He asked, what is the pride of your collection, or what is the prides of your collection? Probably my most prized piece in my collection. You know, I would probably say, let's see here. I'd probably have to go with Godzilla Battle Legends because it's a very ultra rare game. If you find this game on eBay right now, it probably goes for like over $100. And let's see, if it comes to an X Plus figure, I would have to go with Godzilla 1984. I'll take him down because I know you guys want to see him. Godzilla 1984, definitely when it comes to X Plus, he's definitely my most prized possession. And the perfect soundtrack, the perfect soundtracks that I'm collecting. Those are because pretty much when it comes to music, that's probably like my second favorite thing of the Godzilla franchise. Right, next we have from Chaoszilla. He asks, would you be starting an SH Monster Art collection? Yes, I would. Like I said before, I'll probably start with Rodan, Godzilla Jr., or Baby Godzilla because they're the cheapest. Alright, next, Kaishan Cheatham. I probably butchered your name, I'm sorry about that. He asks, if there were 3 choices you have with just Godzilla Showa, or the Showa Heisei Millennium, which one would you choose? Okay, let's see, I gotta reread that. Alright, so I'm assuming he's saying if I had 3 Godzilla suits from each series. So when it comes to the Showa series, I'd probably go with the 73-74 suit just because for some reason when I was little I loved that suit. There's really no suit in the Showa series that I love more than the 73 or the 74 suit. When it comes to the Heisei, it's got to be 1984, and when it comes to Millennium, it's definitely Godzilla 2000 from Megaguirus, where he has the lighter green tone and the purple spikes. Definitely my favorite from the Millennium. Alright, next is from Aiden Ketchny. He asks, Godzilla vs. Gypsy Danger vs. Clover vs. King Kong vs. Gamera vs. Ultraman. Who wins? Okay, well, first, I think King Kong wouldn't stand a chance because he's, you know, really small, so he'd get smushed first. Then I think Cloverfield would get killed because Cloverfield's, you know, pretty big, but still, Godzilla comes in and Cloverfield's dead. I think an Ultraman and then Gamera, I think Ultraman, you know, would stand a chance against Gamera and Godzilla, but I think ultimately Ultraman's little life thing would run out and he would die. And then it's left up with Godzilla, Gypsy Danger, and Gamera, so I think... sadly, I think Gypsy Danger would get his ass kicked because it's Godzilla and Gamera, and those two are like, you know, ugh. So Gypsy Danger gets killed, and then it's up, and then it's the classic battle that we all want is Godzilla versus Gamera, which then I gotta go with Godzilla because it's Godzilla. He's the king of the monsters. So yeah, Godzilla wins. All right, next question. Baragon96. Have you seen 76 King Kong? What are your thoughts about it? Yes, I have seen the first remake of the King Kong film. 1976 is, I believe, when it came out. I liked the film. I think, for the time it was really good. I saw it recently, probably like a couple months ago. Is that recently? I don't know. But definitely, when it comes to the remake, they did it justice, I think. The effects were amazing. King Kong looked pretty terrifying. But when it comes to the Peter Jackson remake in 2005, I'd say that's the more superior one. But when it comes to less CGI, because King Kong was completely CGI in 2005, I would say 1976 would be the pivotal, or not pivotal, the most, I don't want to say it. It's the best when it comes to the suit animation, because I think it was a guy in a suit also mixed with like stop motion. I don't really remember, but definitely it's a good mixture from good storytelling to the awesome special effects. All right, next is Harvin Dillon. He asks, "What's your favorite Godzilla movie in each series?" There's a lot. For the Showa, Gojira, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Godzilla versus Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I would say Godzilla versus Hedorah. I do like that film. Godzilla versus Gigan, just for the monster fight and the music, not really the human scenes. And then Terra Mechagodzilla. For the Heisei film, pretty much all of them. Definitely Godzilla 1984 being the highest. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 1991 being the second. Space Godzilla's in there. Destoroyah's in there. Probably my least favorite out of the Heisei would be Godzilla vs. Mothra Battle for Earth. And then in the Millennium series, definitely my favorite in the Millennium series is gotta be GMK, of course. Then I would say Final Wars 2000, it's all mix and match. When it comes to the Heisei and Millennium, I pretty much love them all. When it comes to the Showa, I love them all, but then there are some that really just kind of, irritate me because of how campy they are. Because, you guys know my opinion on Godzilla being a hero and kind of stuff like that. Yes, you could argue that Godzilla in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Godzilla was a hero, but I don't think that way. I think that Godzilla he's an opponent, he's in his way, he's not really doing it for humans, he's doing it just because there's something in his way. I don't know. I like them all. There's just, my favorites, and I could do a whole video on just that question. So, but thank you for asking. All right, next, Ismail Alcala. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. Most of these are from Facebook, so they're the names, they're not like funky names. So he asks, which Godzilla figure you own is your favorite? Whew, that's a tough one. Well, when it comes to X Plus, Godzilla 2000, he's my favorite. When it comes to my busts, it's gotta be the 62 bust, Godzilla 1962 bust. When it comes to the Bandai figures, Gigan from Final Wars or Godzilla from Final Wars. I guess my favorite figure of all of this, I would have to say Godzilla 2000 from X Plus. That figure just really blew me away when I took him out of the box, and I cannot believe the amount of detail in him and the mass that figure is. But probably when GMK comes, because I have him coming, he might be my next favorite figure. So I don't know, but we'll have to see. All right, next from Patrick Davison. He asks, when did you first find out about Godzilla and how? Well, I first discovered Godzilla when I was 2 years old. I guess when I first mentally, knew him, like when I was older to comprehend things, is probably when I was about maybe 5 years old, maybe 4 or 5 years old. And the way that I was introduced to him was from my father. He's all big into the classic films like Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, also with like Jason and the Argonauts, and then King Kong. But then he showed me Godzilla for the first time, and it just blew me away. So Alright, this next question is from Plutonium2356. He asks, why do you prefer Kiryu over Mechagodzilla 2? And why do you like Final Wars so much? Alright, I'm going to answer the first question. Why do I prefer Kiryu over Mechagodzilla 2? Alright, first, I'm going to say the answer that everyone says. It's cool, I'm not going to deny it. It's cool that Kiryu, Mechagodzilla 3, is the bones of Godzilla. And I know he's going to hate me for saying that. But it's true. It really is cool that it's the bones of the original Godzilla. But another reason is because the overall design of Kiryu is really awesome. The roar is really awesome. And the fact that he's very agile, like in the movie, he really like fights Godzilla, you know, he gets close and like punches him and does all this stuff. Mechagodzilla 2, as awesome as he is, I see him more as a tank. He's kind of something that doesn't move a lot, but he has a lot of firepower. So, but he's not mobile, he doesn't move, he doesn't like, but Kiryu's very agile, flying and all that, you know, saves the, totally like slams Godzilla and like flies across the room. That was awesome in Godzilla vs. against Mechagodzilla. You know, that's why I like him the most, because he's the most agile Mechagodzilla out there, and he's just overall badass. But that's not taking anything away from Mechagodzilla 2. He's still a great Mecha too. I get it. But Kiryu just, it's just the overall design and the fact that he's just more agile and just gets really in Godzilla's face. The second part to your question, why do I like Final Wars so much? It's definitely got to be a generation kind of thing, the way that I'm thinking of it. I think the older Godzilla fans don't like it because it's just really new, and the newer Godzilla fans love it completely, and maybe the older stuff they don't. I'm kind of in the middle. You know, I was born in 1993, so it was, you know, the Heisei films, which is the middle series. So, you know, I was at the right age to appreciate the Showa and Millennium. And when Final Wars came out, I think, I'm kind of an action junkie, and, you know, the way I see it is that Final Wars, at least the way I see it, my opinion, is I think it was the best way to end the Godzilla series when it did, just to end it on a bang. I mean, like, did you want the series to end on a serious note to where it wouldn't be as, you know, memorable? Or do you just want Toho to just go all batshit crazy, put all these, you know, monsters in it and just do a huge, you know, brawl and stuff like that? But another reason why I love it so much is because I've actually never been so connected to the cast other than GMK, I mean, or Godzilla 1984, or the very first Gojira. The human cast in Final Wars I thought was perfect. I loved the cast. They, you know, I don't know, the acting was cheesy, but it was good, you know, in that kind of way. It's cheesy good. And the fight scenes between the humans is actually entertaining. It's, you know, yes, I know it's Matrixy ripoff. Yes, I know it's like kung fu, you know, cheesiness. But that's what made it so cool. Like, they fight, the monsters fight, the whole movie's just about fighting and destruction and like, you know, it's just, it's great, you know, it really is. It doesn't really have a message. It's not really as powerful or serious as, you know, the original Gojira movie is. It's not dark, that's for sure, but it's just the way the film was, and the enemy X, you know, the main bad guy. He's most of the reason why I love the film. That villain is probably one of the best villains I've ever seen. So just for him alone, you know, that the movie's worth admission, price of admission. So that's why I like Final Wars. Alright, the last question is Dino Mezinovic. Really hope I said that right. Probably didn't, but sorry about that. He asks, hey Goji fan, what other than Godzilla do you like to collect or like? Well, I used to collect video games. I actually used to have a huge library of, you know, just video games. I actually used to own a Nintendo 64, a GameCube, I had a Nintendo Wii, I had an original, I still have my original Xbox, I had a PS1, a PS2, a PS3, the old fat ones. I wanted to collect all the consoles. I literally wanted to get an NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all the, you know, everything. But that never really ended up happening, and I just kind of started collecting, you know, video games, and then what happened is my friends introduced me to PC gaming, and it kind of changed from there, where I realized excuse me, where I realized that I could save money and then get really good games. Also the fact that PC, there's just so much more you can do with games than you can do with consoles. And when I was little, another thing I used to collect was Spider-Man toys. Because not only am I a Godzilla fan, but I'm also, when it comes to superheroes, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. So obviously when I was little, Spider-Man was like, you know, all the rage. Because when I couldn't find a Godzilla figure, I would go out and find a Spider-Man figure. And that's pretty much what I would go out and get. And I still have a huge bag of Spider-Man figures from when I was little. But right now, the biggest thing I collect is Godzilla. I mean, Godzilla's like basically take over my life with collecting wise. I mean, I've probably put so much investment into what you guys see behind me. It's ridiculous. So but yeah, I mean, I like other things. You know, when it comes to, you know, music, I love heavy metal, rock and roll. I love instrumental music. Obviously, like, you know, Godzilla music when it's like you know, Harry Potter music or Lord of the Rings music. You know, musical scores from movies. I love them. And a little bit of dubstep, not too much, but, you know, like Skrillex or something like that. But definitely just heavy metal. I don't like rap, I don't like country, I definitely don't like pop, except for Michael Jackson, because he's awesome. I don't care what you guys say. Yeah, so that's other things that I like other than Godzilla. So. Alright guys, well, thank you guys for your questions. I was so happy to do another Q&A. I was just wondering the right time, and well, the 5,000 subscriber celebration I thought would be appropriate. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys have no idea how happy it makes me that you guys still watch my videos and you support me, and, you know, especially through the this hard time during Christmas and all that. You know, with my personal life, it's been kind of hell, but, you know, you guys get me through it. You guys get me back up, get my confidence going, and just continue to make me to do this. And yeah, I just, you know, I'm gonna say what every cheesy YouTuber says, I guess, but it's, you know, without you guys, I wouldn't be here. And you know, that's it. You know, and my love for Godzilla wouldn't have been ignited so high as it is right now. I mean, this is the highest of a Godzilla fan I've ever been. So I owe that all to you guys. So yeah, and pretty much look forward to January 18th. That'll be my year. That'll be the birthday of my channel. The year anniversary for it. So that'll be pretty cool. Also, check out Richard Isso's Fresh Vinyl Live show. He basically, what he does is he does it like every once in a while. He has a lot of the X Plus collectors come together and they do like a live show. Some of you already know what I'm talking about. Well, I got invited to join the show for one episode, so I'm very excited. So check that out on January 17th. That's when you'll be able to see me with Richard Isso and all these other crazy X Plus collectors. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited, and I'm very grateful for Richard Isso for inviting me. Thank you so much, man. It means a lot. Yeah, so check that out. Then check out the year anniversary that's after that, and then just, you know, I can't wait to produce more of the new series that I'm going to be doing with kaiju discussions, the revised movie reviews, and I'm going to start doing the game reviews. I'm going to start reviewing the figures that I have here, and it's just going to be awesome. So we're going to have an awesome 2014, and Godzilla 2014 is around the corner. I'm very excited. Can't wait to cover all that stuff. And then G-Fest is going to be this year. I'm going to be there. I'm so excited for that. So there's just a lot that's going to be happening this year, and I just can't wait to see what will happen. So, and I'm glad you guys are with me for the ride. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. And as always, stay big, G fans.